Whenever someone mentioned to me the idea of branding, I couldn't think about anything tangible. Like when you say thumbnail, I can imagine a thumbnail, but with branding, that didn't happen. And what that meant for my specific case is that I couldn't use branding in anything I do, in my content, in my products, in my value delivery, or anything. So back then, when I was trying to build my personal brand, or what I'm doing right now, I thought that it's only about content, when that couldn't be further from the truth. Like, content is only 1% of the whole personal brand. Like, personal brand. But after I've read this book and I met a guy on YouTube, which I will show you in a minute, I realized how this branding thing works. Everything clicked for me. And today I want to show you in 3 simple steps what I think about branding and how can you use it in your personal brand in order to get more views and build that unforgettable brand that a lot of people want to build. So firstly, you have to think about what is branding. Well, Martin Neumeyer, I maybe said his name right, I don't even know, in the book said that a brand is a person's gut feeling about a product, service, or company. This is a key sentence here, is a person's gut feeling. Now this for me wasn't enough to get the whole idea of what is branding. Like, okay, it's a gut feeling about a product or a service. Cool. How can I do this anything? How can I do anything with this? Then I was thinking, let's look at my personal brand. I have this personal brand right here. I have content, I have a banner, I have things here. Now, if a viewer looks at this personal brand, he or she has thoughts. And what does that mean for me is that my brand, which I haven't created, I've created my content, created the thoughts the viewer has, and the thoughts is the gut feeling, the brand is the gut feeling that the viewer has, and that's the brand. So it's like, what creates the thoughts, which is actually the brand? Well, everything. It's stimuli. Everything I create from my title, thumbnail, hook, script, idea, how I look, what is my color right here. Everything is stimuli that will lead to you having thoughts, which will lead to me creating the brand. So how can anyone brand something or create a brand is by defining what you want the viewer to think about you. If I know what I want the viewer to think about me, I can create the action, I can create the stimuli, I can create the title, thumbnail, hook, everything I can align, like every action, decision, and stimuli to create that brand, that gut feeling. So it's like every touch point from your thumbnail to the last word in your description creates your brand. So I want to go in depth about how can you use this in the third step, and I want to look at some examples. But I hope you understand this because this was my huge epiphany. Like, branding, what is branding? It's a gut feeling, okay. But how can I, create this gut feeling? Well, I can't. What I can create is what stimuli I create, basically. And from that stimuli, the gut feeling is going to be created or will happen. So let's take a look at some great examples here. Iman Gadzhi, oh my god, this guy is the master of this. If you look at any of his YouTube channels or any of his private or shorts or Instagram accounts, what you will notice about him is that he's building his huge brand. But how is he building this huge brand? Well, it's not about the follower count, it's nothing about that. But how he creates everything, everything is the brand. So if you take a look at the Iman Gadzhi's business, this good, nice feeling that you have here when you come here is the brand. It's not about, this has, this many followers, or Iman Gadzhi Unscripted, the vlog account has 300,000 followers or subscribers. It doesn't matter what you feel when you see those thumbnails and titles. That's the brand. Like, you see this guy, oh my god, this guy must be a millionaire, a rich guy. I want to be like him. He says you hear the lifestyle right now, but we won't go in depth about that right now. So it's not enough. Still, every single product he has creates the brand. Like, if you come here and you see this sales page, you don't think, this guy wants to scam me. Heck no. You think, oh my god, this looks cool. I like it. The copy is very good because Imangaji's copywriters are amazing. I've been studying them for a time. And look, just look at this picture. Like this picture creates the brand. This picture, when I looked at it, I thought that, oh my God, this guy is a huge guy. I want to be like him. I want to be next to him. So what this means is that he, by putting this picture here, created the brand by me, what I think. And this is a huge example, Imangaji. But the other one is Daniel Dalen. He just blew up from nothing. And his main platforms are Instagram and YouTube. He was creating these vlog style these vlogs, which actually blew up from nothing. But he here creates a perfect brand. Like if you take a look at this represents something in your mind. Every single picture, image, face, everything you see is creating the brand. And when you see that, if you're building an 8-figure company in China, or let's say you see that of the actual reality of 26-year-old building a business in Dubai, you have prerequisite ideas about the brand. And when you click on the video and you see that actually, oh my God, this is a great, oh my God, what is this? Like, this is the brand. The brand is nothing else but what I think. And it's not enough. Like this guy, what he does very perfectly is that every touch point also is perfect. It's like if you go to his Instagram and you click on the link in the bio, you see this. I build cool companies with cool people. Like, who says this? He must be a cool guy. Like this sentence here creates the brand. Also, email list, e-com flow, blah, blah, blah. But if you go to his YouTube, well, you see that he sells some kind of lenses. Like, oh my God, this looks cool. I want to be like him. So I'm going to buy his product. It's like this also creates the brand. Every touch point you have here creates this unimaginable brand. So the question becomes, how can you or me build our own brand? And that's when we come to actualizing your brand. Now, firstly, when I started reading about brands, that book actually haven't given me that epiphany. This guy did. Gosha. I don't know if I pronounce his name correctly. If you want to learn about branding, look at this guy. He is the beast. And he had this video. Your brand is Pinterest. Your brand is a Pinterest board. I rewatched this video multiple times and I understood that if I want to create a brand, a good brand, I should think about this as a Pinterest board. So what he mentioned is that if you search up something like running, for example, you can see some pictures about running people or blah, blah, blah. But when you type in running aesthetic, you will have a much different pictures here. And he mentioned in the same way that if you have a brand, let's say for me it's Robert George. If I search up Robert George, maybe I will come out. But if my personal brand is Robert George Aesthetics, what does that represent? If I can define what is my Robert George Aesthetics on what I want my brand to look like, then I can define and align every single action or decision I do in my brand or in my personal brand or content or thumbnail or title that will create that gut feeling I want my brand to look like on the outside. So I went ahead and created my Robert George Aesthetics, which looks really funny, I know, and it's not something that I should, flex with. But this is what I want to represent. Like value delivery from Charlie Morgan, the entrepreneur mindset, not care about anything else besides sharing value. Blah, 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 Imangaji here. I like this look for some reason. Or this guy, like Jack Sparrow, what the heck does he do here? Well, I'm also the guy who likes joking around and fooling around. This is me. I'm personally like this. Or look at this. I love to explain things with hand drawing and stickman figures. But why is this here? Like this represents something something about me. And when I created this, I knew that if I want to create this Robert George aesthetic, every single decision and action I do from now on in my personal brand, it must align with this. So what is your takeaway from this video? Is that you must think about what you want to represent and what you want people to think about you. then align every single action, decision, title, thumbnail, everything, every touch point person, a viewer can see with that Robert, like that aesthetics you created, that vision that you created for yourself. And that leads to an unforgettable and real brand. And guys, this was my video about branding. I want to create a lot of videos about personal branding and content creation because this is what I like to do. And if for some reason you're a personal brand watching this video and you want my help, either in building your business or personal brand, then just book a call down below. Thank you so much, guys, and I will see you in the next one.